All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, April 19th. It is set by Harpo. I think it's been a while, is it, since we saw Harpo? Anyway, let's see what Harpo has in store for us. Windy indigestion and endless farts causing confusion. I don't think you'd find that type of clue in the Times. I may be wrong. I'm immediately suspect of this word windy. I think it might be windy and telling us to anagram. Indigestion has 11 letters, so we need 3 more. Could it be the FAR? And that's going to mean confusion. No, I'm not. I think I need a few letters before I can get anywhere close to that one. Head of innovation in store nearly resigned. Well, I'm thinking the head of innovation is the I, and maybe we put it inside a word for store, but we don't finish that word, maybe missing its last letter, and that's going to mean resigned. Now, is that resigned as in quit, or I am resigned to something? Of course, knowing that, it could also be re-signed, but I don't think so. But it's going to have an I in it, I think. So then it would be a 5-letter word for a store, but we drop its last letter to make it 4. No. Remake possible. Clothing for Afghan rebels somehow. Yeah, I'm wondering where the definition is. Rebels, Afghan rebels or rebels somehow doesn't make sense. But we make possible, or we make maybe. No, I think it might be we make possible, but that's such a strange definition. I'm thinking the clothing for Afghan might be the outer A and N. And rebels somehow might say to anagram rebels, but that's only going to give us 7. Oh no, what am I talking about? That's exactly the right number. Yes. And so I think it's going to be enablers. I think we have the letters for that in there. Rebels and AN. Yeah, that's it. Luckily got one. It's far from mean to expose perjurer that's escaped from trap. Far from mean. So I'm thinking this might be a mathematical term. We actually had a very similar clue the other day. I'm surprised that the crossword editor put it in, because I was thinking of something that isn't close to the average would be an outlier. And we had that word the other day, and it was, I think, clued in a very similar way, with the idea of revealing somebody or exposing them as to out. And a perjurer is a liar, L-I-A-R. But I will say it's a very clever homophone indicator. That's escaped from trap. Well, your trap is your mouth. And so if somebody said liar with an A, it would sound like this one with an E. But a little disappointing to see the same word come up again. It might have been plural last time. I'd have to go back and check. All right, let's try some of these downs and see if they help us along. Senior, coppers, and judge, secure, noble, financial arrangement. Well, I'm immediately thinking it's going to be a financial arrangement, something loan, mortgage, something. So the wordplay senior, it might simply be senior, a word for that. And coppers could be the element Cu, and then we make it plural. Or it could be senior coppers, who would be what? Detective inspectors, DIs. Oh, I do like a DIS beginning. And judge, and then a word for judge, and it secures noble. So I think there's going to be a word, maybe something like an earl or a lord. But what would be a financial arrangement beginning, let's say, DIS? Oh, a count is a noble. Discount. And so then we need just a word for judge. Oh, yeah. Judge, of course, I'm immediately thinking of the person, the judge, but I think it might be the verb. No, that's, I feel like I'm close, but no smoking material. All right, how about small bird is to leave pronto? I wonder if it could be an S for small and then a 4-letter bird's name, and it means to leave pronto. I can only think of split. To split would be, but it could be maybe wordplay that we leave, have something leaves PRONTO. And then is it going to mean, no, I think it must be small for S. No, not getting it. I might write in split just to see if that L might be nearly, so resigned. No, I don't see that. All right, how about terrific, new, energy, charges, electrical device? I think it's going to be an electrical device. New is usually N, energy is E. Charges might be fees, or yeah, I'm not sure what that could be. And what would a short word for terrific that might actually start an electrical device? No, I'm not seeing it. All right, how about Cockney intellectual mentioned a feature on his boat? Ooh, so Cockney, of course, is usually dropping the H. So what would a word for an intellectual be that... and then a feature on his boat might also get... Oh, maybe it's mentioned a feature, so it's something like the eye or the nose or something, and then it's something that is on a boat. I don't know. Let me ask my 4-legged companion. Do you know, sir? No, he's just laying down. All right. How about returned books about dress on a Russian empress? Oh, what Russian empress do I know? Nicholas and Alexandra, right? Catherine the Great. Oh, what if it was Tsarina? So not a specific one. Let's see, returned books about dress. The dress is a sari. So books Return books is the New Testament NT, and then on A, and we get the Tsarina. All right, we're now getting, yes, some letters for our windy indigestion. So let's just try, see if it might be digestion. And just, I think, 3 left. So let's shuffle that. Oh, there is an ing. So I do wonder if that might be part of it. Actually, let me put in the dis. And we are going to have 2 i's. So we could have this. Let's try that again. Not seeing it. Confusion. Oh, I should be spotting this. I mean, there aren't that many. Disin sounds possible. Disin. Something TORing. Disorienting. Disorientating? I think it's disorientating, so I must have. Yes. Oh. Yes. So it's not endless. I thought of the last letters would be missing, but it's either end is missing. It's just ART. Disorient. I think you can say disorienting as well. Can you? As well as disorientating. Ooh, 6 down looks very gettable. Available, gents, perhaps. 1 dropping out. Yes, a gents is an example of a toilet. And if the 1 drops out, it is to let. So a flat that is available. All right, Sky Sport in Bremen. Broadcast over Grand German city. Well, with the N something R, it has to be Nurem. I think it's ERG. So I can see we certainly have an anagram of Bremen. Yes, which is anagrammed or broadcast over G for grand, but Sky Sport, I think that the sport is rugby union, and I think to sky it means to throw it upwards, and so it becomes UR, and it is put inside an anagram of Bremen over the G. My goodness, that was quite a journey. All right, how about vessel, linings, close, after latest temperatures dropped? Ooh. I presume it's going to be vessel linings, but or just maybe a vessel, but I can't think of one as my friend shakes. He's off to look for something else. Oh, he's going to take a snooze, I hope. All right. Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm just trying to even think of words that would fit this. No, I'm not seeing anything. How about China ominously detains girl? Okay, I think we have a pretty straightforward hidden clue here. Between China and ominously, we have Naomi. All right, now our terrific begins with an R. Maybe it just means terrific. No, I think the new energy suggests we're going to have that after. Charges. Oh, charges I think can mean. Oh, actually, can mean goes inside of. So maybe it is terrific. What's a word for terrific beginning with R? But yeah, maybe the NE goes inside an electrical device. No, not seeing it. Oh, my Cockney intellectual, no surprise, begins with an E because it means I think we're going to drop something. No, not seeing that either. All right, back to the acrosses. Teacher who almost messed up. Old greeting. I'm thinking it's going to be an old greeting. Hail, fellow. Something like that. But then teacher could be sir. Messed up suggests maybe an anagram. Oh, maybe it's teacher is 7 letters plus 2 from who almost. Oh, what do they used to say? What something? Let me pause and work that one out. The remaining letters spell cheer. What cheer? Maybe I did come across that. I haven't read much Dickens, but I can imagine some of his characters saying it. All right, Republican, stratagem, backing female, one that's come out of hiding. I think that's going to be the definition, one that's come out of hiding, but I do wonder if it, instead of somebody who's been playing hide and seek or hiding away and they've now emerged, if they might, it might be someone who just got a 6 of the best from a cane, or but let's see, Republican is usually R. Stratagem could be a ploy or a plan. Backing, maybe then going backwards. And then a female could be F or she. Oh, and then the one. No, I thought maybe the one might be a final I, but that would be a very strange word. No, without pressure, clears out, drives. So I think it's going to be a word for clears out. We have the G there, so that's good. And it may have a P in it. We remove the P and we get a word for drives. Yes, so drives not as in the verb, but as in the noun would be urges. And with a P, it's purges. All right. How about TV program, the fastest on the box? 3, 4. Well, I think this one is fairly straightforward if you know the program. Top Gear, and I suppose the fastest gear on the gearbox. Not a fan of Top Gear, I have to say. I think it's over now, thank goodness, but did not like the 3 people who hosted it. All right, infestation picked up beneath circular building. Ooh. Picked up, of course, is a homophone indicator. So what's a word for infestation that sounds like another group of letters? And that's beneath circular, which I think would be an O. And it's going to be a building. No, not seeing it. Weather data filter left by day attached to zip lines. I'm thinking it could be weather data, something like isobars. We've had isotherm before, but left, I think, will be an L. By day could be beside a D. So is it a word with an LD in the middle of it? Attached to what are zip lines? And then, oh, I skipped over the filter. Is there a short word for a filter? A sieve? I think there is some other short word I'm not thinking of. All right, how about separated from leader, ran away from Croatian, animal? I wonder, ran away from Croatian makes me think we'd take RAN away. And it's an animal. And then the separated from leader part, I think, is because Coati, I don't know, separated from leader, ran away from. No, I'm not. So it is. I'm thinking animal is the definition. It's the Coati. Of course, there's Coati Mundi, who is in Kid Creole and the Coconuts. But I don't get the separated from leader part, because I'm getting Coati just by taking ran away. I know it's a bit early, but I'm going to go ahead and check that one. It is correct, so hopefully 15 squared will have the deets on what the separated from leader means. Ooh, another long one, of course, since these are symmetrical. Slag off, essentially, fine, first goal, overturned in loss of cohesion. Well, loss of cohesion seems like the definition. Oh, this could be another dis word, because one across and one down both start with dis. And if you slag somebody off, I suppose the more modern term would be to diss them. Essentially fine might be IN. I'm now thinking of disintegration. Essentially fine, and then first goal, the first letter of goal is the G, overturned in loss. Well, let me put in dis into on. Dis in. How about we don't do that? So overturned in. Yeah, loss of cohesion has to be the definition. First goal, overturned in. No, I'm not seeing. Let me check this one. It is correct again. I almost wished it wasn't. I must be missing something. All right, well, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'll take it, but we'll check 15 squared. All right, I'm going to do the downs backwards. Northern, drivers beginning to frequent independent canteen. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is the definition canteen? I don't think it's northern drivers. Let me pause and sip my coffee and think about that. All right, while I was drinking my coffee, I remembered vaguely there was something during World War II where members of the armed forces could go for refreshment. And I think it's NAFI, which is an acronym of Navy, Army, and Air Force Institute. So I think it's beginning to frequent independent. I think it's just telling us the first letters of frequent and independent, which gives us the FI. Oh, the drivers, of course, are the AA, Automobile Association. AAA in the United States were just AA. All right, which causes some confusion. All right, Pennine unit intermittently displays tedium. Well, with just the E and the I and the definition of tedium, the word is pretty obvious. Actually came up in Waffle today. I don't know if anyone plays the Waffle game. It's one I enjoy. And I think it's going to be every other letter of Pennine unit. Yeah, that looks right. All right, how about our U.S. Marshal to carry impediment to hearing? Ooh. I think the definition might be hearing, but is that in an audiological way or is it in a legal way, a hearing? No, not seeing it. How about side by side, having run into a depraved individual? Yeah, I think this could go either way. Definition is side by side. All right, yeah, because to me the wordplay sounds like having run, which is often R, into a depraved individual. So I'm wondering if it might even begin with a, I mean, how about abreast? And the depraved individual is a beast. All right. Oh, this looks good. Oh, all right. I read the definition, shrimps, etc., and I see it ends in an A. I'm thinking it's going to be the, something in taxonomy, the species or whatever, the Latin name. Maybe just crustacea, actually. So I was thinking it was going to be some obscure word, but I think it's just crustacea, which is an anagram of saucer cat. All right, that one wasn't too bad. Passages in Poe so bad. Old lady is skipping the second half. Oh, word that ends in an I. So, because we have POESO, I'm thinking we anagram Po so. But then the old lady is skipping the second half. So some word that we only get the first half of, is it for a lady or an old lady? And passages then I think is the definition. But what are passages? I'm not getting this one at all. I think it's going to be an obscure word, but I may have to eat my words on that. How about, I know this one I think is going to begin with dis as well. Removal of hard skin from undercoat and its base. I presume it is removal of hard skin is the definition. And I think it's going to end in ION. Maybe sation. And it's base. Base might be an anagram indicator. Yeah, undercoat is 9 and it's, I think that's what it is. So let's use the anagram helper so you can play along and we'll see together if this checks out. Disrescution. Oh, hold on. I think I have too many letters. Yeah. Oh, right. Where did I go wrong? Oh, did I? Yes, I think I put in completely the wrong letters. So, undercoat. It's... Oh, no, I did put IF. So where am I going wrong? I'm not sure. Let me pause and double check that. I have two eyes and undercoat and it's. So maybe this isn't a dis word. Maybe they're keeping us on our toes here. So let's try that once again. Removal of hard skin. Yeah. Not seeing anything. All right. Let's leave that for a moment. I just want to double check. Did I check Coati? I did. It was right. Urges is right. What shear is right. All right. I think I've looked at all of them now. Oh, Cockney intellectual now. Ah, yes. So an intellectual would be a highbrow, but if a Cockney said it, it would be eyebrow. Ah, yes, and in Cockney rhyming slang, boat is short for boat race, which rhymes with face, so it is a feature on the boat as well. So they gave us 2 ways to get that answer. All right. Our vessel linings. Yeah, after latest, close or close after latest. I think where the word for latest, the letter T will be dropped from it. What is yeah, I'm going to have to resort to that website I use, wordplays.com, to see what words would fit that pattern. Well, I'm glad I checked that. I've never heard this word before. Intimate are the coatings or the veins. Let's see how the, oops, I mistyped that. There we go, intimate. Close after latest, temperatures dropped. Yes. So a word for being close to somebody is being intimate, and there are 2 T's in it. So the latest the second T for temperature is dropped. Ah, yes. Okay, so that's, I wonder if, who's this? Harpo did this on purpose of having three disses. Oh, maybe maybe the diss is somewhere else within it, but I think that's a little sneaky. So removal of hard skin. So then undercoat. And it's, yeah, so I think it's just that anagram. Let's try and get some more. Don't really have anything good on that one. Let me think about what words might fit. Oh, let me just check split. I wasn't sure about that one. No, so it is. That's wrong. So if it is a four-letter bird after S for small, to leave pronto. What's a four-letter bird ending in T? Let me pause and think about that. The only word I can think of that might fit is, well, no, there are other words that would fit. But I'm thinking of Swift. For some reason my keyboard is no longer working. Let's try it again. There we go. So let's check Swift. No, it's not that. Okay, I'm going to give up and reveal it. Scoot. Oh, a coot, of course, is a shorebird, I think. And to scoot, yes, yes. Should have thought of that one. All right, well, what about our head of innovation in store? Nearly resigned. What would a word for resigned? And of course, store may not be a shop. It could be the verb to store. How about stoic? If you're stoic in the face of adversity, you're resigned. And that goes within stock, which is not finished, S-T-O-C. All right. Now, why can I not think of this one? Terrific. New energy. Oh, yeah, maybe actually it's an anagram of terrific, which is made new. And then energy. Yeah, there is an electrical component called a rectifier. Not exactly sure what it does. I think it just makes sure the device gets the right voltage. But that would make sense. All right. Am I ready to try 10 down again? Now let's try 23. Oh, my friend has a squeaky toy. Hopefully that won't be squeaking in the background. Now, what is our infestation? Oh, there is a rotunda. Could be a circular building. But how is infestation picked up beneath? Well, let me put in rotunda and check it. It is correct. Rotunda, infestation picked up beneath. No, I do not see that. It's not an anagram. It's not, I don't think it's a homophone anymore. Rotunda. No, I think it's just, I have to see what 15 squared says. All right, let's try our anagram helper one more time. Undercoat. It's, can't believe I did that. Just not having good luck with using it today, and it's all operator error. Decrustation, is that a word? Which would go with the crustacea we had, maybe. D. No, we have two R's, so we have to. But I do think it's going to be a D. The others were disses, but I have a feeling this is going to be a D. Oh, why am I hope this is a very obscure word. D. Oh no, there's only one R. Why do I think there were two R's? Decrustation, let's check it. That is correct. Oh my goodness, what a painful journey that was. I apologize you had to sit through that. But have any of you heard of this word, decrustation, before? Not a very, I hope no one is eating their breakfast while they're watching this. All right, how about our U.S. Marshal to carry impediment to hearing? I think it's going to be an ing, although that means 25 across would end in an I. Weather data, I suppose that's possible. Impediment to hearing. Ear something. Now let me pause and think about it. It is ear something. It's an ear plug, which would be an impediment to hearing. And so the U.S. Marshal, I was sure that was going to be some play, that it would be something U.S. and then something Marshal as a verb, but it's Wyatt Earp, and to carry is to lug. Oh my goodness, so now this begins in a more likely L. Weather data. Filter left by day. Attached to zip lines. I have a feeling zip lines is going to be something playful, but maybe it is just another word for zip lines. Although since zip lines is plural, I think it might end in double L. L is for line, stands for line, and so two L's would be lines. And then zip might be, I don't know, some word for having some pep or some zip. Weather data. Rainfall, of course, is the obvious weather data. Filter left by day. I think the filter is a drain and it has its D removed, so left by day. Attached to, but I don't get the rest of it, so. All right, this must be another strange word. Yeah, let me pause. I think I'm going to have to use wordplays.com for this one. Yes, it is a word. Of course, I know it in the singular, but I don't think I've ever seen or heard the plural esophagi. So those are the passages. Yeah, I should have spent some time working out an anagram of Poe so bad, because the P was in the 5th position. Now the old lady, I think, is the hag. And then the word is skipping its second half, so just the I. Crazy. All right, how about Republican, stratagem, backing female, one that's come out of hiding. Oh. No, not seeing that. No, I'm going to have to use that website again. Okay, there were a handful of words that fit the pattern but resurface. So it is, I think it's a little misleading unless it's part of the wordplay, because really the definition is come out of hiding. But I suppose their argument would be that it's all of this wordplay at the beginning. That is a word for come out of hiding. All right, so Republican is the R. The stratagem is a ruse, which is backing. Then we have a female. And then a 1 is an ace, as in playing cards. All right. Oh, I nearly forgot. I haven't finished one down. Discount rate, I suppose, is a financial arrangement. Yes, and to judge is to rate. Oh my goodness, that was quite a journey today. Let's check all. Looks like everything else is still there. Let's see what 15 squared has to say. All right, the blog today is by Eileen. Found this quite tough, but very satisfying to almost finish. Oh, some splendid anagrams, ingenious and meticulous cluing, and witty surfaces. I've been completely beaten up by 25 across. All right, so that's good to know that even somebody who writes a blog on a regular basis for the Guardian crossword had trouble with some of these. So yeah, I worked out 1 across, 8 across. Yeah, clothing for Afghan and rebels. This word has cropped up for outlier. This word has cropped up several times lately. All right. What else? One of these English homophones that only works if you have an English accent. No, I don't think every English person says these words this way, but so rot is infestation. I don't know about that. I don't think rot is infestation. To me is surely being infested by some creatures, whereas rot is just disintegration. But under supposedly sounds like beneath, under. Oh, and 25 can make head nor tail of this one, so glad I'm not the only one. Coati minus ran, separated from leader. But to me, we already have ran away from Croatian, so I'm not understanding why we need the separated from leader. The only thing is, if I know the guy in Kid Creole's band called himself Coati Mundi. Is that the name of the creature, and therefore it's telling us it's just one part of the word? But Coati would be the leader in that case. Let's see. Disintegration is dis plus fine, and I didn't work out a reversal overturned of first is number 1 plus target. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I see it now. I got the downs here, I think. Oh, Eileen just learned that boat race is Cockney rhyming slang for face. Oh, surprised they didn't know that. Nuremberg, sky, yes, so that's what I thought of RU in an anagram of Bremen. Yeah, I think that's right. I finally worked out that decrustation anagram. Anagram of Poe, so hag, yes, got that. Abreast I got. Yeah, so let's see what people say about 25 and 26. Oh, watch here, maybe where watcher comes from. Oh, that's funny. Ah, zip. Yes, that makes sense. FA, we know what that stands for. And LL is lines. Yeah, let's see if there's any other comments that are useful. To split R and A, and then remove them. That makes sense. I don't think it's necessary. I think you could just say ran away from Croatian. Yeah, here's someone else who's thought 10 down would begin with dis. Oh, yes. Missed the mutual anagrams. Oh, I missed that comment. Oh, disorientating, disintegration, discount rate, and decrustation. Ah, our anagrams. Interesting. All right, well, there's always some other level to these crosswords. The setters are very smart indeed. All right, well, I just about hobbled over the finish line for Friday, but all in all, I don't think it was too bad a week for us. Anyway, thank you for watching as always, and have a wonderful day.